Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels and Coffee Stream, episode 541. It is Friday, and I hope you're all having a good Friday and enjoying the nice weather that is happening. At least where I am, got some nice weather. So we've just got a chilled out stream today with some stories that kind of run the gambit. Hey, Lord Famine, you're actually here on it's awesome. Glad to have you. And so yeah, we've got stories that run the gambit. We've got a political story, got some disability stories, all over the place here today. So, I hope you guys are ready to have some fun. As I said, we are doing this live on both YouTube and Twitch. And so Beat the Blind Girl will be happening Tuesday nights, Thursday mornings, and Saturday nights. So then we'll have Coffee Stream and Star Trek Stream multi-streamed to YouTube and Twitch. So that's what's happening now. I am thinking about also doing some of the fitness live streams on Twitch. No, let me know if you guys would enjoy that. I could get what's it called? I can't get hit for I'm less likely to get hit for background music on Twitch. So if you're outside today, be wary of the UV count. Yes, always. That UV count is definitely a thing to keep your eye on. So let's get started here with the stories. Okay. So back when COVID started, our country issued something called the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. And from the get-go, this was announced as a taxable benefit, meaning that it would be a benefit that will come in, but when it comes time to pay taxes, you are going to have to repay that benefit. Now, you all know how much of a not fan of Trudeau I am. But ha! Nice, Lord Famine. Multi-viewing to boost the numbers. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. So we all know how much of a fan I am not of Trudeau. But he did absolutely make it clear that this would be a taxable benefit and that it would have to be repaid. Now, why am I saying this? Because now that it's tax time and people are having to repay this thing, there's a lot of outrage and anger. And here is the story that I have that we're going to read about this. And now that I have Apple News, I can actually read Toronto Star articles. I got around the paywall. Instead of giving the Toronto Star my money, I'm giving Apple my money, I guess. I don't know. Where am I here? Headline, where are you? Headline. Approximately 1.7 million Canadians recently received a notice of debt from the federal agency advising they must pay back the benefit. Oh, I missed the headline. Sorry. Where did it go? Headline? Why are you being a dick? Oh, here's the article header. More than 1 million Canadians have to repay CERB, and in some cases, EI is being clawed back to do it. Now, EI is employment insurance. Elwin! People hate repaying stuff, which I get, but if you applied for it, you get what you get. Yes. Elwin, happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday to you. I'm so glad I didn't get the CERB. Why did I think you were American? That was interesting. One recipient who recently gave birth was told that the CRA would claw back her 50% of her EI to pay back what she owes. Hey, welcome to what we have to deal with for being on disability, bitches. I have no idea. I live like 90 minutes away from you. Yeah, I don't know why either. So I'm sorry, but freaking this is what ODSP people have to deal with all the time. I'm sorry. Deal with it, bitch. It sucks, but this should not have been a surprise to you. Like even slimy fuck Trudeau said that it was a taxable benefit. Like, with a young child at home pulling on those heartstrings and facing the closure of her workplace early in the pandemic. What was her name? BC resident, Ray Claire, did what she thought was best. She applied and was approved for employment insurance, quote, or in brackets, EI. Later, Claire was switched onto the Canadian Emergency Response Program, in brackets, CERB. Yes, that would have probably been best for you, but what you should have been doing was making sure you had a little bit of money set aside every month so that you could pay back the thing that was announced to be a taxable benefit from the fucking get-go. I don't feel sorry for any of you. I'm sorry. It's not this is all you people heard was benefit. You heard benefit $2,000 a month, and you went cha-ching, yay, money. And you didn't hear the word taxable before that word benefit. You didn't hear, like, and I'm sorry. And you know why I sound so pissed off? Because I have to defend the goddamn Liberal Party right now. That's why. I have to defend the federal Liberal Party, freaking Trudeau's government, because as slimy as they are, right from the get-go, they said multiple times that this was a taxable benefit and then it would have to be paid back. That was in every single article from every single newspaper outlet talking about it. He mentioned it in press releases. He mentioned, like, it was everywhere. Multiple times. I looked into federal disability benefit payments. Those have some serious strings attached. I bet. Just search YouTube Trudeau Serb's announcements, you get tons of videos saying he'll have to pay it back. Feds are doing this to steal money from people. Well, no, you know what? Does all of the CERB need to be paid back or just the taxes on it? I can't remember how much of it had to be paid back. I don't think it was 100%. I think it was something like 20 to 30%, which is still hefty. But I'm sorry, like this is what happens. Like you need to be like you need to be wary of running out and applying for benefits from the government. Like they make it sound like a good thing, but is it going to be? Like, and if you absolutely need it, then try and put some money aside every month so that when it comes time to pay taxes, put it back. Like, I don't know what else to say. And for people bitching that, like, but I don't think they should take the EI away. Because the EI, but here's the thing though, because the government used the EI program to launch CERB. So that's why they are, quote, justifying using like EI clawbacks to pay back CERB, because they used that system to issue the benefit payments, which I don't think that was right. If it was a benefit, like a tax benefit, then it should have just been issued from the Canada Revenue Agency just as a tax payment, like the child tax credit or the GST payments. It should have been issued that way. You can issue a taxable benefit through that system and still recoup and have the citizens pay back. There's no need to take it through EI, and there's no need to claw the EI back. That I don't agree with. But, oh, well done, Blind Press. Throw your phone onto the shoebox. But if I do know for sure I didn't sign up for this shit, and so I didn't investigate deeply. Yeah. The trap with CERB was so you had to be in a job for a certain number of months. So if you were in a job for like 5 months, you didn't qualify. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you got the 5,000, you would have had to pay back 3,000. Yeah. So this is, yeah, it's the emergency benefit was a godsend to Claire, of course, given that at the time she was a single mother with with $1,500 in rent to pay. Yeah, because rent is stupid. She was surprised to receive a letter from the Canada Revenue Agency stating she was overpaid, sorry, for the CERB that she received in 2020 and had to pay back $2,000. Why would you be surprised? Again, like I said, I don't agree with the fact that they used the EI system to launch this, and I don't agree with the fact that they are using EI to claw back for payments. But it was clear that this was a taxable, therefore repaid benefit, and therefore there should be no surprise to anyone who applied that they have to do some repayment. Free money from the government is never free. They own your soul. Yep. Claire is just one of approximately 1.7 million Canadians who recently received a notice of debt. Recently received what? Wait. Recently received a notice of debt from the federal agency advising that they must pay back the federal benefit. But why would this be a surprise? I don't get it. This is like a person who's been on ODSP for 20 years applying for federal benefits and being surprised that they've clawed it back dollar for dollar. Yeah, it sucks, but why the fuck are you surprised? And why the fuck would you do that without knowing that it would happen? Without doing your research? Yep. Or when they do this, when they make your able-bodied partner apply for EI when they lose their job, and then when they get EI, they kick you off your disability payments because you got the back pay from EI that you got or get while you're waiting for them to process your claim. And then you'll be getting like 60% of your able-bodied partner's income from EI every 2 weeks. So they're going to claw that back dollar for dollar. So you're not going to get a paycheck. Yep. Yeah, it's bullshit. In May, the CRA said it was beginning to send out notices of reiteration? Redetermination. In brackets, NORS? NORSs. In addition to the NDSs or NODSs, sorry, which started to arrive in mailboxes late last year. The NOR is meant to advise Canadians about a debt which has been established on their CRA account. The agency said in a press release. Just in a press release. At the time, the NODS sent by Employment and Social Development Canada, ESDCA or ESDC, was sent to those who received an advance payment of $2,000 in 2020, but who did not remain on CERB long enough to reconcile the payment, the CRA said. It's not the repayment that's bothering Claire, but the way the CRA hopes to collect it. Right. See, this is where I don't like it, because again, I've repeated this. They shouldn't have used the EI system. They should have just used the normal tax benefit payment issuing system. Clara, who recently gave birth to her second child and is on maternity leave collecting EI, was told by a CRA representative that the federal agency would claw back 50% of her EI to repay what she owes. So, okay, so 50% of that. So you're already getting 60% of your work income on EI, right? So they're going to claw half of that. to take back what she owes. That's fucked. Cue all the scam calls and texts pretending to be the CRA. Yep. I'm fine paying it because I understand that no money is free money, Claire said. What I'm mad about is that they are taking it from EI, and in general, parents who are on maternity leave are entitled to collect maternity or standard parental benefits are entitled to 55% of their earnings, up to $638 per week, right? So they're going to claw that back 50%. So $319, I think, a week. So like $1,300 a month for her for 2 kids. That's fucked up. That's again, that's not okay. That's not how the government should have deployed this, and it's not how they should be collecting it. It's absolutely wrong that they're collecting it this way. And this is another way that the Liberal government is showing us that they do not, in fact, have our backs. And if I hear any of them say that one more time, I may spontaneously grow eyeballs just so I can claw them out. Like I can't stand hearing that. That bullshit. We have your backs. No, you fucking don't. Don't lie. And anybody that believes that bullshit, I just don't even know what to say. Okay, next item. So, the RCMP has just been doing a fantastic job of messing up lately. Like this government, and yet all those Syrians taking benefits tax-free, payback free. Yep. And they're still receiving them years later, 40-ish%. Like this government and its representative needs to be lined up against the wall so we can have their backs for once. Yep. I need a bell. I need to set up my sound pad thing. I got Farrago for Apple, but I need to set up a bell I need a ding, and I need to set up hotkeys. Okay. So yes, I know this is a CBC article, but still, RCMP admit to providing wrong information about officers entering Mount Monroe home. Where is Mount Monroe? So second headline says, police said earlier this week they rang the doorbell before going in, but the house doesn't have one. Oh, shit. Wow. Well done. Well done, RCMP. Good job. Good job. Well done. You can send me some good. Yes, please do. As long as they're in like I think MP4 format or something. As long as I can play them, send them to me. Give me all the sound files. Dragging a girl having a mental breakdown out of out onto her lawn by her hair. Real classy shit, RCMP. Seriously? They did that? RCMP mess up my shock. Yeah, I know. This is why the RCMP needs to not be like provinces out west, and I'm pretty sure the maritime provinces as well don't have this, but they need to have their own provincial police. Like this shit where the RCMP just needs to have jurisdiction over interprovincial crimes, freaking domestic terrorism shit, international like stuff that if they need to work with the FBI and shit like that, that's where they need to stay, right? None of this provincial policing, none of this local policing, none of this garbage, because they're clearly incapable of dealing with it. They clearly do not know what the fuck they are doing. The RCMP admitted Friday that their explanation earlier this week for why 2 officers entered a Mount Moriah home without permission contained some wrong information. Oh, just some wrong information. It's okay. It's just some wrong information. Structure like the FBI, the interprovincial things, but we all know that power gets corrupted. Yeah. Fuck the RCMP. Years ago, they were worthy of respect, but the last 20 to 30 years, they've completely, yeah. The Yankees think the FBI is fucked. Say hi to the RCMP. Yeah. 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 Officers looking for a missing youth went into the Western Newfoundland home. Oh, this was out east early Sunday morning and questioned an 11-year-old girl before her parents were aware or even awake. In a statement Tuesday, the RCMP, quote, after a sustained period of knocking, doorbell ringing, and verbal communication, police entered the residence through an unlocked door, verbally announcing their presence. Holy fucking shit. Wow. Hello, Jordan Mahoney. Jesus. Just wow. Just wow. That is insane. In an interview with CBC News on Thursday, the girl's mother, Courtney Pike, pushed back on that version of events, saying the claim that officers rang her doorbell especially surprised her. We don't have a doorbell. This house has never had a doorbell. Ever, she said. I just feel like they're just trying to justify their reason for coming into my house. She said, yeah. Courtney Pike provided these photos of the doors of her house to CBC News. Neither door appears to have a doorbell. In a statement Thursday, RCMP say that police rang a doorbell several times before entering. But on Friday, they issued a statement saying On Friday, police said the original officer's report didn't mention ringing a doorbell. Jesus Christ! Saying ding dong does not equate to ringing a doorbell, you fucking fascists. Yeah. Hello, Costin. So, Jordan, the RCMP is Canada's national federal police. Like, they should be like the FBI, but because of some provinces, which is our term for states, do not have a provincial police force, the RCMP does that job. And this story is doing a very good job of illustrating why those provinces need their own police forces and not to rely on the federal police, because Jesus Christ. So they came into a home and started questioning this 11-year-old girl before her parents were even awake. And they're trying to cover their asses by saying they tried to like knock on the door and ring the doorbell and everything, but there's no doorbell. At 11 years old, I'd be hiding under the fucking bed. Yeah. This is crazy. On Friday, the police admitted the reference to ringing a doorbell in Tuesday's statement was wrong. How about a lie? How about false? How about untrue? How about instead of saying wrong, how about you be honest and say we lied? We made a false statement. An email sent by the RCMP to CBC News on Friday morning said the statement earlier in the week, quote, was created by our unit here in St. John's in consultation with the detachment in Corner Brook. Following your inquiry into this response, we note that there was no mention in the responding officer's report of a doorbell being rung, not being rang, being rung. Fucking newfies. The remainder of the response includes a sustained period of door knocking and verbal communication. Is completely accurate. Earlier this week, Mike told CBC News she was awoken around 5:30 a.m. Oh my. Newfoundland time on Sunday to the sound of footsteps and voices inside her Western Newfoundland home. Footsteps and voices that belonged to two RCMP officers who had entered her home through an unlocked door. Ah, good old Newfoundland, where you can still keep your doors unlocked. The RCMP lied. Say it ain't so, right? The RCMP also gets called for weird ass shit. Yeah. I remember when somebody died in Niagara Falls and an RCMP officer was called out to investigate. Oh, weird. Oh, yeah. Pike said the officers woke her 11-year-old daughter and questioned her while shining a flashlight in her face. Jesus Christ. So there wasn't even verbal communication before entering the house. They just waltzed in through an open door and just woke the kid up. Holy crap. This is the wow. The RCMP admitted Friday that their explanation earlier this week for why. Oh, it put me up to the beginning again. Assholes. Sorry, it screwed me up here. Do, 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 do. Sorry. Pike said she would have heard if the officers had been knocking and making noise prior to entering, or her dog would have started barking. Yeah. They obviously had to sneak in very quietly, she said. The statement from the RCMP says the officers entered the home because they were looking for a missing 17-year-old youth. The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary, which has jurisdiction in nearby Corner Brook, says the youth was later found safe. Yeah, because an 11-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy look very, very similar. Wow. They owe that kid therapy. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Abby Deshman, a Canadian Civil Liberties Association criminal justice program director, said that the incident is concerning. That's an understatement. It seems very unusual for the police to have entered the house in the night and spoken directly to a minor without the parents' consent, she said. No shit. Deshman said the police are allowed to enter a home without permission, but only in certain urgent or life-threatening situations, or if they have specific evidence. Yeah. Yeah. You have to have, the thing called probable cause. you don't having a badge does not mean you get to just like go into people's houses or cars or like randomly stop them and frisk them in the street or ask them where they're going. Like that does not come with a badge, dude. I'm sorry. Weird looking 17-year-old, 11-year-old girls do not look exactly the size of a 17-year-old anything, right? Like unless her parents have been feeding her human growth hormones for the past year, like I don't. Deshman said in Newfoundland and Labrador, a judge can also grant police permission to enter a home, but there is no indication that happened. It really upset me. Yeah. Deshman said that situations like the one described by Pike aren't always reported. No, but they should be. We certainly hear, though, from people in communities, and in particular marginalized and racialized communities, that they feel that their rights are violated on a regular basis by police. You know what? Usually I'll go, oh, shut the fuck up. But the RCMP is pretty fucking racist. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a money thing, Jordan. And because those provinces that don't have a provincial police force are generally very low in population. Like Ontario and Quebec have provincial police because we have the biggest populations in the country, right? So it would be not almost, it would be impossible for the RCMP to police federally and provincially for Ontario and Quebec. Yeah. At least you can tell it was Canada. They didn't shoot the dog. Right? That's true. This is why I'm starting to understand why my friend greeted the RCMP with a weapon. She was wrong, but she had the right. She was trying to sell. Yeah. Yeah. Pike said she hasn't heard from the police since the incident, but has made a formal complaint with the RCMP. She says she has also been in contact with legal counsel regarding the incident and is considering filing a lawsuit. Don't consider, file that bitch. Get yourself a good, nice new home out in St. John's or something. Get yourself a fucking mansion, lady. Get your daughter the best therapy that private therapy can buy from these assholes. And also get her a house with a swimming pool and yeah, fucking just yeah, go for it. Okay. Always allow Apple. No, I need to open this in Chrome. So, for those of you who are in Ontario, you will know what Mohawk College is. And Mohawk College, for many, many years, has been the place where you would go after getting a bachelor's of education if you wanted to do some work in some form with children with disabilities, or if you want, like, for example, I'll give you some examples. They had the orientation and mobility program that the CNIB instructors used for teaching blind children and adults cane skills. I believe there were some programs for the deaf, working with the deaf. Also, becoming a certified Braille instructor, stuff like that. And a lot of those programs have been cut, including the orientation and mobility program. There are sort of similar programs offered in colleges like Conestoga College, but they are nowhere near as long established as the ones at Mohawk. I don't know why there can't be programs at Mohawk and at other colleges. I don't know why Mohawk is not seeking grants through like disability and accessibility services through the government to help fund these programs, but another program has been cut. Ontario College faces backlash for shuttering one-of-a-kind accessible media production program. That's the other thing. Mohawk has long been the trendsetter for these programs and has been the basically the template for other colleges to establish similar programs. And Ontario is a really big place, right? There is a room for there to be multiple colleges with multiple programs serving the disabled population, not only as to provide future educators for future disabled people, but also provide ways for disabled people to obtain degrees and hopefully go on to be employed and give back to the community. Money, Jordan. I think York now offers some of the specialized programs. I can ask my sister to confirm it. Yeah. See, my point is though that there shouldn't one school should not shutter those programs just because they're popping up in other places. It should be, yeah. Mohawk College is facing criticism over its move to shutter accessible media production. It's one of a kind production geared toward making Canada more accessible for people with disabilities. The 8-month online post-graduation certificate program teaches students how to create accessible content like captions and described video, and delves into disability legislation and inclusive writing. It also includes a capstone project. So it's a valuable program, especially now that we are seeing more media with closed captions and described video. We need people to know how to do that. We need it to be more widespread so that adding it to, say, smaller independent shows is not as expensive as it is. We also need to cut down the expense for large studios so that they are more incentivized to do it. It could be due to competition leeching away students. It could. York should also not have a monopoly on education. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if this is an online program, like there should be no reason why, like, and especially if it's a one of a kind thing. Like, while the Hamilton-based college says the program will be replaced by micro credentials and no content will be lost, the program's creator, the program's creator, who is also the lead on developing the micro credentials, is skeptical. The full-time college program is the only one of its kind in Canada. Because, like I said, Mohawk has for decades been the leader in providing education opportunities for not only disabled people, but for people who wish to help disabled people become productive members of society in a non-cringy, handy capable way, like an actual concrete way. Mohawk and Algonquin College, those two have been like trendsetters in Canada. If you can hold a fork, you can go to York. Yep. Especially given York's history of mismanagement scandals and shit. Yep. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. You're right, it's bullshit. Accessibility and disability must be a higher priority for the college. Sorry. Accessibility and disability must be a higher priority for the college than meeting enrollment targets, and the suspension of this program cannot simply be viewed through the lens of, quote, business decision, but rather as a decision impacting disability human rights and disability justice goals. Reads an open letter to the college from concerned students and community members. Yeah, it does. They're absolutely correct. Low enrollment led to an ending full-time program, Mohawk says. Mohawk College's chief operating officer, Paul Armstrong, told CBC Hamilton the full-time program won't be reinstated anytime soon. Fuck off. That's bullshit. Stand, you say, Apple Watch. Stand in the place where you work. Oh, Jesus. This is crap. I am. Maybe we should fire up a petition to get the oh so progressive liberals to throw some money at them. Right? This is not to say that UOF Medical School is any better, right? Think about direction, wonder why you hit it. Think about direction, wonder why you hadn't before. Speaking of Canada and Canadian band, wait, no, REM's not Canadian. What am I talking about? He said he disagrees with the idea that there will be an impact on the industry by ending the full-time program. Oh, yeah, no, there will be no impact by ending the only full-time program in Canada of this kind at all. No, it'll be totally fine. We'll just rely on Accessible Media Incorporated to provide its descriptions, and we'll get by with 15 to 20% of content on TV being described. It'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be absolutely great. It's a great idea. It's a great program. Armstrong said the school is moving away from a full-time program because of enrollment numbers. Have you thought about figuring out ways to incentivize enrollment? Have you thought about have you done anything? Or are you being like Ned Flanders' parents? You gotta help us, Doc. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. My graduating class should do a class action lawsuit. Yep. We got fucked over the same way. Privatized public services always works well. Oh, yes. Get a life, maybe love REM. Get a life made me love REM. Since fall 2017, he said there have just been 41 graduates. 30 from the full-time postgraduate program and 11 through part-time studies. Okay. Do you know what happened? Even there was a good year of no school, even before remote school started up. So, yeah, your numbers were low. We had a fucking pandemic in the middle of that 5-year period, you moron. This is like fucking Amber Heard's team. Oh, I lost all this work in 2020. No shit, everybody did. You motherfucking moron. COVID happened. Holy shit. Howdy, Gunfox. Like, this is driving me crazy. All of these people want to just end program, and it's not just disability programs. It's any kind of program that helps people that has been affected by COVID. They're like, "Oh, well, it's been 5 years since we implemented this program, and numbers are shit. Even though we've only had normal operation for 2.5 out of those 5 years, but numbers are still shit, so fuck this program, let's scrap it." What? I'm starting to think Amber Heard went to York Theater Department. Yes, I'm ranting. I am ranting. I'm ranting to the point where I'm almost out of voice. This is not good. Okay. Enrollment in this delivery format has been a challenge right since we started, he said. You didn't? Okay. Fall of 2017, right? So let's go. Fall of 2017 to May of 2018. Then we have a break. Fall of 2018 to May of 2019. Then we have what was that thing? Right. Okay. So May of 2019. So we have two school years. All right. So you're just getting the program established, right? Obviously, things aren't going to be. Did the O&M program immediately have stupidly high numbers? Well, first of all, of course not, because disabled people are a minority, obviously. So first of all, this is going to be a niche program, and you know it. You're the college that's known for niche programs. Second of all, you're trying to establish this new program. You get 2 years in, and then halfway through the third year, COVID happens. All right? Everything is up in the air for almost a year. Then we have online school, and then we start getting back to in-person school this past September in 2022 or 2021, sorry. And you're wondering why your enrollment is low. You people are fucking stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. Armstrong said that since 2017, the college has spent $85,000 to $100,000 a year to keep the program running. That's really not that much money in the grand scheme of a publicly funded college. But okay, sure. Public schools are a failure anyway. I say just close all private public schools and give tax breaks to parents to pay for private schools. That could work. Yes, apparently. Yes, apparently they paid the teacher full salary for the full 2 years of the pandemic. Yes, honey, apparently so. That's what they did. Do you see why this is making me angry? It's like they it's like they wanted this program to fail. It's like the the people who have taken over Mohawk College are like, fuck the reputation that we've earned over 50 years and of all the great work that we've done and helped provide education to people to help work with disabled people in the community in public school systems so they don't have to be shunted off to specialized institutions. Yeah, fuck all that. Let screw all of that. Let's just kill all of the things that we've been known for decades and decades, and let's just blame low enrollment, despite the fact that we just got through a pandemic and there's been low everything for everybody. Let's not actually try to do some work to get this fixed. Let's just scrap it and say it's not coming back anytime soon. It's such a micro concept. It's by no means the same program at all. Clearly, he doesn't understand what we do. Jennifer Kirianik, Mohawk programs creator and coordinator. Yeah, she's not happy. Apparently, she wasn't even consulted before they just with that program. Yeah, apparently, like the whole leader developer of this program was not even consulted, not even told. Ugh, this is. Armstrong said the program was nearly suspended in 2020 for the same reason, and the school has tried advertising, but enrollment levels haven't changed. Okay, 2020 was right when the fucking pandemic happened. You idiot. And where are you advertising? Have you bothered reaching out to, I don't know, disabled high school students? Or even just high school AV clubs? Or I don't know. Where what have you done? Put a radio ad out? Like, what'd you do? Put a radio ad out? Was that your advertising? Did you bother targeting your ads to the demographic that this course would, I don't know, attract? No, probably not. Did the CNIB even know that you were having this issue? Because I guarantee you, had you gone to the CNIB's employment program and, talked to them and said, hey, do you have any tech or media enthused blind kids looking for employment? Like any of that. And you would have been fine. But all they probably did was throw a radio spot up on a couple of Hamilton radio stations, and maybe some billboards on some buses, and that's about it. That was probably the extent of their advertising. It's not from lack of effort on anyone's part to try and recruit students, he said. Bullshit. A 91% wait. A 91% employment rate is fantastic, but and that in some years is based on 4 graduates. So what? Start somewhere. Fuck. No, all or nothing. All or nothing. Jennifer Kyrionic, the program's creator and coordinator. Sorry. I think it was just going into where she said she wasn't even talked or discussed. Sorry. Where she wasn't even consulted. So yeah, that's the very frustrating part. Because there's just this is just ridiculous. Like there are so many people that are looking for people to do closed captions, people to provide audio description. Like people are becoming aware of that need now, right? Just outside of the disability sphere, the advocacy sphere, people are becoming aware of that, and they need that to be done. They need an actual person to sit there and do it so that they're not using some bullshit computer generated thing that fucks up all the time. And they need that trained person to do that. There is a lot of like this will affect a lot of the just this is so frustrating because high school guidance counselors are trained in anything less than coffee breaks. Yeah, you're not wrong. They're useless as a rusty toaster. They are. Oh, guidance counselors are just useless. I can't stand them. I just can't. Oh. Well, now that I've yelled myself to the point where my throat's all like, bleh, I am going to end this, but I will be back tomorrow at 5 with Functional and Scap, and we will be doing a Star Trek stream. And I will be also back on Twitch only tomorrow night at 10 p.m. ish, maybe 10:30, for Beat the Blind Girl. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and have a safe weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.